Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of Moxie ranked games. I'm sure a lot of you guessed based on the thumbnail and the title for this video that it could be about Moxie because he's always really high rated in ones. But right now he's ranked 1 by an absolute mile. He's been on the grind, even for a guy like him who's always on the ones grind. He's really on the grind right now with multiple accounts, getting way up in the rankings. This is his twitch.tv/Moxie account. Be sure to tune into his stream if you want to watch him playing high rated rank ones on his own channel. Nice little center ball to himself there for 1-0. But the other reason I wanted to make this video is because 1v1 right now has been announced as part of the RLCS 2025 season, and there's also a big announcement that I wanted to let you guys know about related to an off-season 1v1 tournament series that I think you guys are going to be really interested in. But before we get into that, let me just quickly explain who Moxie's up against here. He's up against Abdullah, who you can tell based on the high ping is a Middle East player. Nice little pre-jump challenge there from Abdullah to get on the score sheet. 2-1 down inside the first minute. But Abdullah, although Moxie's a favourite against him in this matchup, and he's a favourite in most of his ranked ones matchups, yeah, Abdullah is a player that you guys should definitely keep your eye on. He's finished top 4, well, came 3rd/4th 3 separate times in the past season for RLCS 3v3. He also just finished 3rd place in the Champions Road 2v2 event for MENA, which is especially impressive given the fact that the top 2 teams in that tournament, one of them was TRK and Naupo, who won it, and 2nd place was Rawas and Caliers, who Abdullah was able to get a Game 5 loss against before finishing 3rd overall. So yeah, definitely an up-and-comer in MENA. Now let's see how he does here against Moxie. Nice save versus Moxie's flick game. Always going to be a big part of his offensive repertoire. But anyway, let's just really quickly go over a couple of 1v1 announcements that, well, we'll talk about RLCS 1v1 in a bit, but one that you guys are going to be, I think, very interested in is the ATR Cup, which, oh, nice crowd pinch, rudely interrupting my announcement here, but I don't mind it. Speaking of I don't mind it, CJ tweeted this one out because myself, CJ, and Rizzo are helping to run a series of 1v1 tournaments. We're going to be doing 1v1 weeklies, $1,000 per event every single week. 1 EU tournament, 1 NA tournament. And this is in partnership with Shopify Rebellion, so shout out to them for making this possible. But yeah, every single Monday for pretty much the rest of the year, we're going to have a European 16-player $1,000 1v1 tournament, and every single Tuesday we're going to have a North American server 16-player $1,000 tournament. Another thing to mention is that it's winner takes all, so winner will get $1,000, everybody else $0. There's going to be a bunch of invited players. We're actually looking to announce the invites today. It might already be out actually, so check my Twitter if you want to see who the players are going to be. Well, I've not got any spoilers for you in this video because I obviously want to save that for the actual announcement. But I will say that out of the 24 initial invites, there's 12 invites to each event. Out of the 24 initial invites, we invited just the highest rated, most respected 1v1 players in the world to these tournaments from NA, MENA, SAM, EU. Yeah, 21 of them have accepted, and the other 3, I think 2 of them are not able to participate. 1 we're still waiting on. So all that to say, it's going to be stacked, and that's coming just this next week. So yeah, definitely soon by the time you guys see this video. Yeah, October 14th is going to be the main event for EU. October 15th, the Tuesday for NA. Then every week after that. So yeah, I thought you guys might be interested to know about that. So I thought I'll throw that in to this video as well. It's going to be streamed by myself, Rizzo, CJ, and we're also going to be getting some help from Fear and from Hoodie Who to cover the matches. So shout out to them as well for joining up with the Chalkcast boys in covering all those matches for you guys. Another thing to mention, final thing about that, is there is an open qualifier, so if you want to play, then you can play. You can sign up. You can sign up for the ATR Cup tournaments and just get stuck into the open qualifiers if you so wish. You might run into a player like Abdullah, who I don't know if he signed up, but there's a lot of very, very good players signed up. You might get a chance to play against a pro or a really high-rated player if you do sign up for these open quals. Just like RLCS open quals, you can just run into anybody these days. I believe they're seeded by ranked in RLCS, and they are in ATR Cup. So yeah, if you want to make a run, if you want to get deep into the qual and see how far you can go, then your ladder rank will help you do that. Get a little bit easier matches until the later rounds where every match will be difficult. Moxie up to in this gameplay that's just been going on in the background here. It's been a pretty grounded game. Abdullah has got a read on that challenge. Moxie was trying to just drive challenge there, hoping that Abdullah wouldn't see it coming, but it ends up looking a bit careless as Abdullah brings it back to a 1-goal deficit. Moxie's wave dash recovery kickoff, always doing work for him. That little boost pickup though is not, as he just leaves his net wide open. Oh dear, well it's 6-all. That was another mistake by Moxie. Careless turn, he really lost all his momentum and maybe shouldn't have even been going for that boost in the first place. And now Abdullah's right back in it, so let's lock into the gameplay and we'll talk about RLCS 1v1 in a bit, because Abdullah's winning. And I'll tell you guys, I've not seen this replay yet. I've not watched it, so come on Moxie, we need you to pull yourself together here, or else it's going to not really match the high praise I gave you earlier on. Abdullah looking to catch Moxie out of position. Shot lackluster. Moxie will not return the favor as he drills one across the pitch to tie the game 7-all. I wonder if maybe Moxie just got a donation or something when he went and drove into that back corner boost. We'll use that as an excuse for him, because it is quite difficult to play when you're streaming. That's why I think he's, well, one of the reasons he's got a different account for streaming. His rank 1 account, he'd probably just be streaming 30-minute queues, 40-minute queues. I heard him bump by Moxie. Oh, what a save by Abdullah though. He's collected that in the back corner as well. Now a chance to go up by 1 in the final 20 seconds. Moxie, fake wall challenge, not all that convincing. Abdullah loses control anyway though. Now here comes Moxie. Abdullah running out of boost. Moxie flicks it past him, not concerned about getting that on target immediately. He knows the rebound's going to be easy, and with 11 seconds to go, it's Moxie up by 1. Abdullah needs kickoff to go in his favor. We all know Moxie loves to dribble the ball back. If he gets control in these situations, it's going to be very hard to dispossess him. Instead, this time he opts for a high pop. That's going to put Abdullah in a very tricky position. Abdullah does well here actually, but Moxie cleverly gets around behind the ball and knocks it into the back corner. One more game that I wanted to show you guys today while we continue to talk about 1v1 comp will also feature Moxie, of course, one of the subjects of today's video. So let's just go ahead and pull it up. Alright guys, for game 2 of this video, we're going to see Moxie against Serax. Serax there running the, I think that's a House of the Dragon profile picture there, which matches the name quite nicely. But this is a player from Czechia, or is it Czech Republic? I always have to second guess myself when I read this nationality, because I know it has changed over the course of my now incredibly long lifetime, especially in Rocket League years. But yeah, Serax is a very high-rated European player, looking to give Moxie a run for his money here in, well, what is now his most recent game that's uploaded to ballchasing.com. Another shout out to them, as I love to do in these videos. Not sponsored, not directly affiliated, but really cool site. You guys should check it out. Oh, Moxie with the flip reset decides to absolutely boom the crossbar though, and then recover as quickly as possible. Serax taking his time though. Flip reset of his own. Both players similar ideas there. The difference is Serax, oh, love that play. In fact, we're going to go back and watch it again because that was phenomenal by Serax. Flip reset, and then the wave dash fake. He just actually doesn't wave dash to shoot the ball as Moxie expected. Instead just turns on the spot and backs away to get a nice follow-up shot on a bad save by Moxie. So yeah, comparison of the two strategies we saw there. Moxie had the flip reset, wave dash absolutely slaughtered the VAR. Serax at the other end just taking his time. Very methodical attack, which I like to see. Anyway, I wanted to talk about RLCS 1v1 in this video as well, because I don't think I've had much of a chance to talk about that on YouTube just yet. But as I'm sure a lot of you will already know, probably most of you will already know, RLCS have announced that 1v1 will be a part of the 2025 RLCS calendar. Now, before anyone panics, oh, nice little wall dash there by Moxie. Before anyone panics, no, your favorite 3v3 team will not have to play 1v1 in order to guarantee a LAN spot or in order to get RLCS points or anything. It's a separate circuit, which I think is a really great way to incorporate ones. Just have its own standalone circuit, which is exactly what they've done. So props to Epic Games, props to Blast and everyone involved in that decision. I think they've executed it really well. But yeah, I'll leave you guys to read the finer print of the announcement if you want to. They've announced it on the RLCS Twitter. I retweeted it when it got put out there. I'm sure you can find out all the information you need if you look it up yourselves. But yeah, what do I think this means? I wanted to talk more in terms of what do I think this means for the pro scene. What do I think it means for, well, players like Moxie, who have long since been a 1v1 main, when 1v1 wasn't really a game mode that you could, well, really sustain a career in unless you're also a content creator on the side. Unless you're winning like pretty much everything, which, you know, Moxie has won a lot, then you can't really, it's not a sustainable career. There's not enough prize money in 1v1 for for many players to sustain a career. Not enough orgs really looking for 1v1 players, if any even were at all. You know, I think for a handful of players like Rocket League history, it probably would have been possible for them to sustain a career just purely based off winning every single 1v1 show match and tournament, and maybe convincing an org to sign them. But yeah, being a content creator alongside has always been necessary, and Moxie is, like I mentioned before, a content creator / 1v1 main who's dipping his toes in 3v3 every once in a while. But do you guys think, this is one of the things I'm thinking about now, is do you not think it's viable for players to pursue 1v1 as an actual Rocket League career path, if you want to call it that? Because right now the only way that you can, you know, sustain a career and actually make enough money is 3v3. You get an org to sign you. Oh, nice shot by Moxie there. Got just enough fire on it. You get a big org to sign you. You know, try and win as much money in RLCS as you can, and then maybe, you know, a lot of pros still do content on the side just to have another revenue stream. But do you think this will be the season where we're actually just going to see an org pick up a player for the RLCS 1v1 circuit? I think it's possible. I think it might be even something that orgs are looking into already, with the announcement having already happened. That being said, a lot of the very best ones players in the world are already signed to orgs. I think it's, you know, no coincidence that, oh, Cyrix has missed that. I think it's no coincidence that a lot of the best players in 3v3 are also some of the best players in 1v1 as well. So that's you know, not gonna, it's not, I don't think there's gonna be massive amounts of signings and loads of players getting signed to, or who are already unsigned or not signed already. But I think it could happen. I think we might actually start seeing some 1v1 signings from organizations, which would be really cool to see. But yeah, the actual requirements for players, the amount of gameplay that they actually have to play in RLCS next season related to 1v1 is not too demanding, which is something else I really like. To you know, summarize the format, I won't go into like all the finer details like I've mentioned before, but there will be one event. Oh, nice save by Cyrix. One event per region per year online. So the first split bunch of regions get an event. I think South America and Europe are the big ones. And then in the second split, yeah, all the regions who didn't get an event in split 1 will get an event, like a 1v1 regional event. And the big ones are over there, I believe, are North America and Middle East. And yeah, those players, those regions rather, will be able to send one player to the major. It's really cool. Just one single player going to represent their region at the major. It'll be EU versus Sam at Major 1, if I recall, and North America versus Mina at Major 2, if I remember correctly. And then the winners of the two majors will be at the World Championship. So there's a path to be a legit ones world champion, and honestly put a claim out there that you are the best Rocket League player in the world. Maybe not the best Rocket League team in the world, which will always be the 3v3 team, but yeah, if you can literally beat everyone in the entire bracket, you win the major, win worlds, yeah, you can say you're the best in the world at that point, I feel. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? That's the two questions I've got for you in this video. Do you think there will be an org signing purely for a 1v1 player in this next calendar year for RLCS? And number two, do you think a player has a claim at being best player in the world for Rocket League if they win 1v1, or is that a title that is purely reserved for 3v3 players? I know that's going to annoy a few people, but I think it's an interesting question. Oh, Cyrix could actually do something here. Nah, Moxie's not going to give it to him. I thought maybe this bounce, could it have gone higher? I mean, if, you know, sometimes like these bounces, I'm sure you've all had it in your own games, you're like, oh cool, yeah, that's not going too high, and then it just goes miles higher than you think it will, but it looks like it didn't hit the little part of the wall here, so Moxie was easily able to get this ball down to the ground. Close games though. Serek's really fighting well here against Moxie, but you got to be able to win the close games. It's one of the reasons Moxie is so high rated. He doesn't just steamroll everyone. He does win a lot of games comfortably, but even games like this where he's up against it, losing the shot differential 17 to 10 actually. Serek's doing a really good job. Moxie's still able to come out on top with stellar defense. But yeah, that's just a quick video for you guys. Wanted to check in with what Moxie's doing, the one of the most notable 1v1 mains in the game. Like I mentioned earlier, check out his own content on his Twitch channel if you want to see his 1v1 action live. And yeah, can't wait. We're going to have ATR Cup 1v1 for Europe and North America this very next week, right at the start of the week as well. And yeah, more things coming soon also. I will tease that. There's more things in the pipeline for 1v1. It's going to be insane off season for once, which I'm very much looking forward to. But thanks for watching this one, guys. That's all we got time for today. Let me know in the comments the answer to the questions I had for you earlier on, particularly, is the 1v1 world champion the best player in the world? Let's ruffle some feathers. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the ATR Cup or otherwise. We're going to be doing some other content as well on my channel, so be sure to swing by on Twitch, and I'll catch you there. Take care, guys.